What's going on, everybody? So in late 2019, I began exploring with pen and ink for the first time. And in the beginning, I struggled a lot because I really had no idea what I was doing. The medium was very new to me. I had never really used pen and ink at all before. And it was very scary for me. I was very afraid because I'd never worked with something that was so permanent. I never thought I would be good at it. I just kind of doubted myself. I doubted my abilities with pen and ink. Just because it was so unfamiliar to me, and it felt like something that would take a lot of time to get good at. One thing that really helped me feel confident about trying pen and ink to begin with was using these toned paper sketchbooks. You know, if you follow me for any amount of time, you know I really love using these sketchbooks because I love the look you can achieve with them, and I love the simplicity of using them, which we'll get into here in the future. I'd used these before with graphite and white charcoal and charcoal. So I felt pretty confident. I kind of understood how to use them and how to use the paper to my advantage. So this gave me a little more confidence jumping into pen and ink. So let's take a look at some of my sketches, all of my drawings and sketches from last year, 2020, and how I've kind of explored and possibly progressed with pen and ink. So I actually have two sketchbooks here. I just want to show you guys real briefly. This one's from late 2019. I just want to show you where my pen and ink journey kind of began. And then we'll get into the 2020 sketchbook. So this was one of my very first pen and ink drawings. This is where it began, and I used more than pen and ink here. This is pen and ink with a little bit of some kind of marker over the top, a gray marker, and I didn't really like the effect. It's not a bad drawing, but I didn't like the effect. Something I was just exploring. I did it again here, and I was using this fat white marker for some of it as well. So I'm just playing around with all different kinds of pens, all different kinds of markers and things for shading these drawings. And this is where I started getting the look that I wanted. This was really what I was going for. And I did a similar thing in graphite with white charcoal. One of my favorite drawings here. So this is kind of where I started and how I began. Some drawings I really like. There's others that, they're okay, or I don't really like them as much. Here's another one I don't really like as much, but you can see I started experimenting with the background, really trying to figure things out. What do I like? What don't I like? This is obviously way too chaotic. But anyway, I won't flip through all these and bore you. Sometimes I didn't use white pen at all, and it turned out really well. So there's all these different kinds of looks that I played around with. So let's get into my 2020 sketchbook. We'll flip through these and just talk about them a little bit. Really experimented with different subjects, landscapes, animals. It's really one of the things I love to draw the most are animals. I consider this one a failed sketch. The perspective's a little bit funny, the building's weird, the trees are weird, too much scribbles. It's not a pleasing effect to me overall. This one, I think the next one I did, very successful. So this is the process, right? This is the process of figuring out a new medium. That you're going to have crappy drawings, and you're going to get some drawings that you really love. And the drawings you end up really loving can inform your future work, what you want it to look like. So notice I started playing around with these vertical lines, these vertical hatching. And this is something I really enjoy in my work. The lighting, all this stuff is informing my style when it comes to this body of work, this whole sketchbook. The way that I shade things, how minimal I make the sketches. I try to just make them very minimal, have one main focus. There's not a whole lot going on in the background and all this stuff. I want it to be focused on just this little thing, being minimal. I'm minimal in my life. I really like minimalism. When you guys see my videos, I'm always wearing a blank t-shirt, I'm a very minimal person. So this kind of transfers over into my art, the way that I create. Some are a little more elaborate. If I felt like I wanted to explore or just fill in the page more, I can do that. There's no rules against this. But we see it's very minimal, very strong. Try to just have a main focus here. Another failed attempt. But, each one of these is a learning process. And this whole time when I'm drawing these, I go through stages in my mind where I'm like, this is going to be a bad drawing. Even before I get to the ink, sometimes I'm like, man, I don't know if I can do this. This one's not going to turn out well. So I have these kinds of thoughts. There's some studies there. You know, this is really my first full sketchbook of only pen and ink drawing. So I'm kind of developing a body of work. I'm developing the look that I like, the style that I go for. You know, obviously I love the tanned paper. I love the toned paper. The way that I create grass, very similar every time. You know, these backgrounds that I do, they start evolving. I start using dots, all different kinds of things. But you can see just a real minimal way I do it. The way I shade the dark compared to the light. There's a consistency. So that's what I kind of was exploring last year. You can see I start experimenting a little bit more, start being a little more brave with my art. Takes time. I use some graphite powder here. That one's very interesting. Anyway, we're getting to the end of the sketchbook here. Use this fat white marker again. I thought, you know, I haven't really explored with this one that much, so let's try it again. You know, and I really love this effect. And this is the final drawing. I really struggle with these dots. I actually used a brush pen for all those small little dots. It took me forever. But that is my sketchbook for 2020. You know, I doubted myself a lot of times, and that's how it goes. But the important thing is where you get inspiration from. So one big inspiration I had for really getting into pen and ink, using these tone paper sketchbooks, was artist Aaron Blaise. He's a former Disney animator, and he's a wildlife artist mostly, and he just does a lot of great work in these tone paper sketchbooks. And something that really inspired me was his videos of him traveling to Japan and just sketching with pen and ink, you know, some building in front of him. And I was just like, wow, that's really cool. It's something I really want to try. So I really just got into it. And it's good sometimes to have a little nudge of inspiration like that, just to get you going and to start a new exploration into your art. One thing I've also realized that's very important is when I try any new medium, no matter what it is, acrylics in the past, oil painting, even watercolors, it takes time to understand the medium. I have to really focus, put a lot of miles in, so to speak, of just drawings and sketches. It's going to take patience and determination to really achieve the results that I'm looking for. So even after 1 year of sketching, I still know I'm making crappy drawings every once in a while. You know, I'm still learning a lot of things, and I'm also still pushing my experimentations, experimenting with backgrounds, different kinds of shading, adding a splash of color with watercolor this year. And that's something I'm really looking forward to exploring more and just watching my work evolve, letting my work evolve and see where it takes me. If you like this video, be sure to check out my other videos. I have a playlist with all my pen and ink videos. You can see process of my pen and ink videos from start to finish, me explaining things, and also other videos with pen and ink where I'm explaining different aspects about art. So definitely check those videos out, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourself. Peace.